You do have a lot of guys. I've been around you plenty.
Again, you know, grassroots, that's my thing. I've been involved with most of these guys I've known since they were in the 8th grade. So by the time they get to this point and I get a chance to see them, we can pretty much say we made it.
You're like Unc.
That's who OG/Unc. That's pretty much what I go by when I walk into Peach Jam.
How did you feel about Alex Caruso being called Unc on that OKC Thunder team?
Crazy.
That's wild to me.
He's 20 years younger than me, at least.
So be careful. They may be calling you Gramps soon.
Yeah, that's true. That's next.
And well,
a couple fans got a welcome early to the game.
Yep, by Cam McGriff, and the ball tipped out of bounds, and McGriff tried to save it.
Yeah, young fella now knows what it's like.
Welcome to the NBA.
Play in the Summer League.
Yeah.
He's got a Summer League size shirt on.
Yeah.
May not be able to fill that one up yet.
So an inauspicious start for the Jazz, but now they get the pick going the other way. Elijah Harkless downhill, misses there. Put back. Excellent job there by Sanogo. Keeping his eye on the prize as that ball was loose. Our head coaches today, J.J. Outlaw for the Wizards and Chris Jones for the Jazz. And that one's out of bounds. Our officials today, Waji Mula, Quincy Smith, and Jacob Leal.
Back-to-back turnovers to start the game for the Wizards. And, of course, that's not the way you ever want to get started in the game. It puts you on the defensive for the most part, especially if you're one of the guys credited for those turnovers. You don't want to pick up a second one too soon.
Cody Williams, you mentioned the OKC Thunder. Jalen Williams' brother, played at Colorado, gets the bucket there.
And Cody and Isaiah Collier both got significant playing time last year with the Utah Jazz. So coming into Summer League, these are the guys that you're expecting to see that jump, as well as Kyle Filipowski. You want to see them show their true understanding of the NBA game.
Johnson thought about it for a second. Leaky Black for three. Wide of the mark. Rebound McGriff. Collier finds Williams. Good find there, but short on the shot. Black comes up with it. And here's A.J. Johnson turning on the Jets. Gets fouled. So he'll go to the free throw line. That's Elijah Harkless picking up that foul.
Talk about Cody Williams. You and I both saw Cody during the NBA Finals as a correspondent, an NBA correspondent. And he was talking about how his brother, NBA champion, Jalen Williams, he said he plays better once Cody starts talking trash to him.
Okay.
So I guess he figured that was the key, but he couldn't really talk much to him during, I believe it was game 6 in Indiana where Cody was there as the correspondent, and Jalen didn't have a great game in that one. So because that was the -40 game. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
After having a 40-point game.
Yes.
The previous game.
Yeah. But Cody takes that up upon his shoulders because he says he didn't get a chance to talk.
Yeah. Now, if you're Cody, what you need to tell your brother is you're picking up the check from now on after getting paid.
I think that one is pretty much understood after that huge extension. Shout out to Sam Presti, who came in and spoke in our sports business classroom earlier in the week.
Isaiah Collier throws one up, gets fouled. And did you see the meme that Jalen Williams, J-Dub, put up on his Instagram today?
I did not see that.
So it's from The Office, and they're all getting a raise. It's Steve Carell and his cohorts on the show, and they're like, we're all so rich.
Yes.
So he put that on his Instagram, and he had labeled it. One of them was SGA, one of them was Chet, and one of them was him.
And
it's very funny.
Absolutely true, because they are now all so rich. The lowest of the extensions was $250 million.
Right.
So,
yeah. And by the way, that's just the baseline, because they can, with incentives, they can get close to in the 280 range potentially.
Well, I will tell you this. Believe it or not, it was a topic discussed in class today.
Oh.
Chet doesn't have incentives in his.
Oh, okay.
Chet's is a solid.
So it's Jalen that has the incentives.
Jalen has the incentives, and there can't be any more incentives for Shea. He won every possible award. Right. So, again, there can't be any more incentives that he could have.
Harkless steps into a three. No good. Rebound. Wizards come up with it. Here's Watkins. Finds Gilbert to the corner. Johnson thought about it. Now he pulls. Too strong. Rebound McGriff. McGriff swings it. Now in Collier's hands. Collier did a really nice job last year with the Jazz as a young player. Williams fires no good. And the ball will stay with Utah.
Yeah, Collier is finding his way.
Oh, no, they changed it.
As a playmaker. A high assist guy. Actually had 12 assists in that overtime loss to the Spurs on Monday night. But Isaiah Collier, who was the #1 point guard in the country coming out of high school, slipped all the way to 28, 29 for the Jazz last year. But once again, as you see Collier getting out in the passing lane, coming up with the steal and laying it in, oftentimes the right situation, the right fit is more important than is the number that you're drafting. I think that's absolutely the case for Isaiah Collier.
So I had the Jazz once last year. It was in the game that they played against, well, we thought Luka was going to play in that game. It was a Saturday night in LA, and Will Hardy raved about Isaiah Collier to us.
Yeah, and he's a guy that you love as a player because he's looking to move the basketball. This is the area where he's got to improve to be an effective NBA player, is from shooting the basketball from three. But whenever you've got a guy that is this strong and powerful and quick, that likes to share the basketball and play helping his teammates be successful, you've got a guy that's trying to contribute to winning.
Liam Robbins picks up the foul there. Side out here to our left. Across from the Jazz bench. Collier to inbound. McGriff puts his head down, throws up a wild shot, and gets bailed out. Keyshawn Gilbert picks up the foul there. McGriff to the free throw line. McGriff, a hard-nosed player. Gets the first. Summer League action continues tomorrow on NBA TV, ESPN, and the ESPN app, pardon me. NBA TV tomorrow. Pistons Heat at 4, followed by Atlanta, Memphis, Houston, Portland, and in the nightcap, Golden State and Toronto. George Sedano, Corey Alexander, Vanessa Richardson with you here. Griff gets them both. So an early 4-point lead for the Jazz. Watkins loses his footing, and they will call the Jazz on a foul there. It'll be on Collier.
And let me just give you the warning now. Jamir Watkins.
Jamir.
His mom, Tanya, is always listening. And I got read the riot act.
He's called Jamir.
Because I called him Jamir during his time at Florida State. And she met me outside the hotel at the Combine.
Let's go, Mom. I love it.
So, Miss Tanya, I am absolutely making sure that everyone knows how to pronounce your son's name correct.
Ricky Black gets his own rebound. Finds Watkins, and Jamir Watkins with the finish.
I like how you do that, though. You just go Watkins to make sure that you don't have problems with Miss Tanya.
But I did pronounce his name properly on the back end. Yeah. Almost comes up with a steal there. Lands in McGriff's hands. They swing to Williams. On the drive. Nice shot there.
Nice attack by Cody, getting downhill, more importantly, getting that left shoulder in front of a defender to dislodge him, to make the layup attempt just a little bit easier.
Cody is so smooth with his movements.
He really is. And Cody's a late bloomer. You're talking about a young man that really was an unknown until his senior year in college and high school, and absolutely just shot up the charts, became a McDonald's All-American.
Watkins loses it. Williams goes up strong.
Nice play by Cody on there to just be in the right place at the right time, but more importantly, to go to the left hand and finish through the contact.
Johnson finds Watkins. Good defense there by Harkless. Better defense there by Cody.
But more importantly, Cody sprinting back out. Oh,
that one stays. And we have a timeout on the floor. So a 6-point ball game here. Cody Williams leading the way with 6 points for the Jazz.
NBA 2K26 Summer League is proudly sponsored by NBA 2K26. Rated E for everyone.
The moments that last forever go beyond what we see on the court. You are the Finals MVP.
NBA 2K26. Ball over everything.
Rated E for everyone.
PlayStation.
So this is pickleball?
Welcome back to the Thomas & Mack Center. Judah Mintz just finished his game, had a good one, 50% from the field, now signing autographs. I always tell people, Corey, if you love basketball, the event you need to come to is Summer League here in Las Vegas. You've got this arena here at Thomas & Mack. You've got the pavilion down the way, 2 buildings connected. You can watch wall-to-wall basketball all day long. 8 games of basketball. It is basketball nirvana.
But you also get an opportunity to see some of your favorite players because they show up to support their teammates as well. Anthony Edwards, of course, making an appearance in the building. Not sure if Bron has been here or not this week, but oftentimes Bron has actually been here twice.
Yeah, last couple games for the Lakers, and maybe tomorrow. Who knows? The Lakers are playing again tomorrow. We'll have that game.
So again, to be able to see your favorite players showing up, it's a huge deal. And again, no team in Vegas yet, as our commissioner, Adam Silver, recently said that the NBA will look forward to exploring expansion very soon.
Watkins gets the 3-pointer. Sure, Mom Tanya's got to be happy about that.
Yes, she is.
But the other part of it is, if you're a kid, man, like that experience alone will make you love basketball in a way that is immeasurable.
It really is. You get an opportunity to come in and see some of the greatest players to ever play this game. And you see them oftentimes at the beginning stages. I mean, there were people here that got to see Cooper Flagg's first professional game. And again, if Cooper Flagg goes on to be one of the all-time greats, as we've all pretty much projected him to become, you can say, I was there at the beginning. I was here when we had the earthquake and the scoreboard was swaying during Zion Williamson's debut.
Nice shot there by Williams, but couldn't finish. Got everything but the cup. A.J. Johnson fires. That one swirls out. Corner. Goodwin in and out. Johnson on the step back. Johnson, nothing but net.
I love how aggressive Johnson is being in this game. Got 20 field goal attempts. Last time out was 7 of 20, but only 1 of 7 for 3, but has not affected his confidence at all.
Good offensive board there. Gainey gets hacked on the way back up on the follow. So Gainey will shoot 2. Jalen Gainey started at Brown. Is the all-time field goal percentage leader at Brown.
Yeah, Jalen Gainey actually, after leaving Brown, went to Florida State, injured his knee.
Yep.
And so missed a lot of time. But of course, playing in the Ivy League, was unable to redshirt during the COVID year.
Right.
So graduated and able to go and play immediately at Florida State. Was teammates with Jamir Watkins 2 seasons ago.
Gainey also plays with the G League Stars of Utah. Average nearly 13, 3, and 3. And A.J. Johnson again putting the ball in the basket.
Yeah, nice attack by A.J. Johnson, getting to his spot. 9 points for Johnson early in this game.
Well, this is his opportunity for sure, because guys like Keyshawn George, Alex Sarr, Bub Carrington, Trey Johnson not playing in this one. Not that he didn't get a lot of run. He was basically the sixth man in those scenarios earlier at Summer League, but this is his time to put the pedal to the metal.
Yeah, but the 5 draft picks over the last 2 seasons all sitting out this game for the Wizards. So an opportunity for other guys to make an impression on the coaching staff.
First lead here for the Wizards. Corner 3 from McGriff, no good. Rebound Watkins. Watkins very active. And here's the speed we talked about with Johnson. Got ripped, but got it back.
Nice.
Corner. Dylan Jones thought about it. Richmond. Scoop shot. No good because of an offensive foul. And we got a timeout on the floor. 10-1 Washington run.
Kadari Richmond getting to the rim, able to finish with a little English off the glass.
Nature's best.
Awareness Month. The broadcasters, myself, Tim Legler, and Dave and Mark Jones actually did that game in Oklahoma City.
Did you get
that week? We did.
You
and
did?
We signed them and we gave them to the charity.
Nice.
So, and certainly, look, we all know someone's child is dealing with autism. So to bring more awareness to it is fantastic. Dylan Jones gets the basket and the foul there.
Yeah, world champion Dylan Jones. Tough bucket for him. Getting to the rim, able to finish, but was able to celebrate in Oklahoma City as a champion this season. Now we'll move on to the Washington Wizards, which we believe is part of that.
He was traded for a second-round pick.
Oh, second-round pick. Okay,
Yeah.
well, we did have the biggest trade
And Kobe Jones
in the history of the NBA,
Yeah, that's
involving 7 teams.
Yeah.
So
He was not part of that
I kind of felt like everybody was involved in that trade.
Yeah, no, he was not.
KD.
He was not. Tyler going downhill. Sanogo with the finish. Nope, they'll say he took too many steps.
You asked me in our earlier game about the dogs in Summer League.
Sanogo?
And I had a hard time coming up with
The big man. You need the visual.
Yeah, Sanogo could absolutely be one of those guys. He absolutely was for the Connecticut Huskies.
No doubt.
Most outstanding player in the Final Four.
Three ball on the way. No good. Rebound McGriff. So Pierre misfires there. Watkins comes up with it in transition. Washington pulls it out. Dylan Jones not shy. In and out. Ball batted out, going Utah's way. 44 seconds left in the quarter. 2-point ball game. Get a quick 2 for 1 here if you're Utah. Nope. Collier loses that one. Turnover for Isaiah.
Collier wants that one to be
Thought he got him
challenged. Well, he felt like his right arm was grabbed, so he couldn't even get the right hand onto the basketball to be able to control it.
10-second differential game clock, shot clock. Richmond into traffic, dumps it off, and the finish there.
Nice cut by Dylan Jones to make himself available to Richmond as he attacks the paint.
Shot clock is off. Collier across the timeline. Surveying. A little bit of a shove there, but gets the basket to fall.
It's legal as long as you don't extend the arm.
Right. And a heave here is short. So we have a 2-point ball game. The Wizards leading by 2. Dylan Jones. Nice cut to the basket and a beautiful finish. Gives his team the 2-point lead.
Make 'em away.
So far after the first quarter, what do you like about the aggressive way that you, Johnson, and Watkins came out tonight?
I just feel like we trying to set the tone on the glass. I feel like we didn't really get any offensive rebounds last game. So coach made an emphasis to just battle down there, be more physical, and that's one way to do it.
What skills are you hoping to showcase at Summer League?
Just my versatility, just being able to guard 1 through 5, being able to create for myself on offense, and just being a versatile player.
Thanks, Leaky.
Thank you.
Guys.
All right, Vanessa, Leaky, Corey, an explosive athlete, defensive-minded wing, and been a pretty good shot blocker at his position.
Yeah, spent the majority of this season with the Cap City Go-Go. Playoff team this year.
Amos with the finish there. Tie ball game. Jones gets it back. Show and go. Kicks it out. Pierre for 3, short. Rebound McGriff. Amos finds Collier. We got 2 point guards out there. Sanogo on the DHO action. To find Collier, now to Amos. Takes the bump. Passes it back out to McGriff. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Launches the grenade, and that's a shot clock violation.
Amos with 2 points already in this game. Matches the bench points for the Jazz
in their last
game.
Yeah.
He was the only bench player that scored.
Yeah.
2 points for him, but the only guy that scored coming off the bench. The starters scored 89 of their 91 points against the Spurs.
Dillon Jones fires again. Too strong. Rebound Sanogo. McGriff pushing.
Of course, Kyle Filipowski scored 35 of those 89.
Right. That is true. Yeah.
He's not participating in this game tonight, but that's a
Miss sidestep three on the way. Buries that one.
Avis off to a good start.
Mayo checks in. Johnson fires. Johnson rattles one home.
You can see Johnson playing with even more confidence. Really is the only one of the young stars for this Wizards team on the floor as everyone else is sitting out. He's become the go-to guy.
Sanogo wants a challenge there, but it's Wizards ball at the moment. They're checking behind the bench.
A.J. Johnson, 4 of 7 from the field, already 2 of 4 from beyond the arc, was 1 of 7 from 3 the last time out, so improving across the board here tonight.
Johnson on the drive, gets a step, gets tripped up. And he'll go to the free throw line. He misses the front end. Let's hear from Chris Jones, the Utah coach.
That's what the game is telling you to do. Pass the ball if there's 2 people on you. Down there, keep picking it up on defense. I feel like we're sagging off a little bit. Come on, bro, come on. Come on, you got more than that, Zay.
You know, we talk about, Corey, all the development with the players, but this is a place for development for coaching, too.
It really is, and I love how he's coaching Isaiah Collier hard off the floor, letting him know you have more than that, meaning we expect more from you, especially in this environment where he is the primary ball handler. And that's a space where he's going to spend a lot of time with the Utah Jazz throughout this year. So, again, I like the fact that, that Collier's still playing in Game 4. I like the fact that he's still playing, but more importantly, I like that they're coaching him hard and expecting the most from him.
Collier to the corner. McGriff is open. In and out. Pierre with the board.
But that goes right into Chris Jones' message to share the basketball. You draw 2, make sure you get rid of it. Find someone else. Create an opportunity for one of your teammates.
A.J. Johnson against Collier. Loses it. Collier picks his pocket. Collier on the run. Collier with the layup.
I'm not sure if that was out of the last time out, but Isaiah Collier absolutely got the message, doing the job on both ends of the floor, turning his defense into offense.
He's 4 of 5 from the field, 8 points, gives his team a 4-point lead. Dillon Jones turns the corner, takes the bump, and he'll go to the free throw line as Collier gets the foul there. Here's Collier on the strip and the score.
Doing the job, just standing A.J. Johnson up, but more importantly, the speed to be able to take the basketball, even though he doesn't have a lead, is able to outrun defenders with the basketball in his hand and turn it into 2 points.
Collier's physicality is impressive.
He is strong, no question about that. Another one of the electric guards from the A.
Yeah.
You throw him, in, of course, in the mix with Scoot Henderson, of course, Colin Sexton, who was a teammate last year with the Jazz, but a lot of talent coming out of the Atlanta area.
The Jazz have a lot of talent, too. It's just young talent that needs to be refined, I would imagine.
I believe that's the case, and moving John Collins on to the Clippers, you know, opens up another opportunity for some of that young talent, and, you know, assuming Kyle Filipowski to get more minutes.
Ace Bailey will get some runs, certainly.
Yes, Ace Bailey. We haven't even talked about the number 5 pick in the draft from Chattanooga, Tennessee, via Atlanta. Played at McEachern High School.
Obviously played at Rutgers this past season with Dylan Harper. And we have a timeout on the floor as the Jazz are taking a timeout. They're up 2 here.
My God, Ace.
Oh, look, I'm bottom.
Welcome back to Vegas. Jazz up 2. Our ESPN front office insider Bobby Marks is in the house now, in the hot seat.
It's my teacher.
Student. I know, I heard. I heard. He taught you a class. Going to summer school.
Gave him the Disney discount.
Well, welcome in. We want to talk to you about a number of different subjects, but let's start with these two teams. We were just talking about the Jazz, right? They've moved off some of their older players, a lot of young players looking for playing time. You know, Ace Bailey gets drafted there, and I'm guessing we're going to see a lot of these guys get some run, whereas last year, you know, the veterans, they played some, and it was a tough balance for Will Hardy to have to deal with.
Well, I mean, certainly you had 3 players in Colin Sexton, Jordan Clarkson, and John Collins. Those were the 3 players that are no longer here. And they added Ace Bailey and Walter Clayton in the draft, and they already had a contingent of younger players.
Right.
So yes, this is going to be certainly going to be a youth.
Isaiah Collier took a spill there, but he's up. One of those young players that we were just talking about.
Yeah, and a late first-round pick last year who really played well. You know, Keontae George is another player that's you know, not playing, but Utah is just, both these teams are just loaded with young players.
Here's the spill here over Watkins and right on the posterior. He had some not so safe for family viewing words about his fall a moment ago.
Well, Bobby, I've mentioned a number of times today as Sean Gilbert gets into the painted area and is able to finish. Sports business classroom. And what a pleasure it's been for me to be able to be a part of it for these last 4 days. I mean, Sunday night, I mean, how about our introduction? George, one of our guests that comes in and speaks to the class, none other than Adam Silver.
Okay.
I mean, how can you start a week off better than that?
Yeah, you can't. I mean, you pulled out the biggest gun, basically.
Well, we
right
did, and then we followed it up the next day. We had the Coach of the Year in Kenny Atkinson and the Executive Year in Sam Presti in the same day. It's been a really, well, we still have 3 days left. It's been a gratifying week of teaching.
Did Corey sit in the front of the class or the back of the class?
No, he was pinned in a corner behind the stanchion.
Look, Chris Chin speaking in class. I mean, again, it's been such a great resource to be able to be a part of. And for someone like myself, who, of course, has been a part of the NBA for the last 30 years, I've learned so much in 4 days about the other side of this game. And it's just it's a great opportunity for so many different people to come and be a part of it.
Well, and we changed some of the program up. Certainly how NIL is this year, how it's been evolving here. We had Rachel Baker from Duke men's basketball come in and talk about it. And we had certainly the G League component. Sharif Abdurrahim came in, who's the president of the G League.
Yeah.
A lot of different speakers we've had, and there's more coming. I think we might have the projected #1 pick in next year's draft coming on Friday.
Okay.
So that could be certainly something pretty special coming Friday. But it's been a really rewarding couple days so far, and the students that we have have been terrific.
Well, I normally don't go to school on Fridays. It was kind of a rule that I made in
the
high
summer.
school.
Right.
Or the summer.
Yeah.
But of course, A.J. DeBonsa, another one of my guys. So if he's there, I'll absolutely show up. I know Dave Freed loves to hear me talk about
all your
my
guys. Yeah. Now, listen, A.J. DeBonsa could end up on one of these teams, maybe Washington. We talked about Utah. Washington, a team that Will Dawkins, they draft Trey Johnson. We were talking about him earlier. I mean, you can make the case he had as good at 2 games as anybody here, but another young team trying to figure it out.
Extremely young. I think they have like 10 players on first-round rookie contracts, which is remarkable here. And then you also have some of the older players with Chris Middleton and Marcus Smart. But this is certainly, as we call it, player development 101. Though likely both these teams will be in a loaded draft next year, picking towards the top of the lottery.
But I love that Will Dawkins got C.J. McCollum and Chris Middleton and Marcus Smart. You want to talk about some veterans to learn from for a young team. To me, that's a brilliant move.
It sure is. And it's been, you have the veterans with those 2 players because you need them.
Yeah.
And you need to have, you just can't have a bunch of 13.
You got to teach them.
You can't have 13 players on, under 22, 23 years old. And they'll both have, certainly they've got a lot of experience, and certainly in the locker room.
And not just from the standpoint of experience in the locker room and on the court, but you also have to have some of those guys because, as I learned today, you have to spend 90% of that cap.
Yeah, the floor.
Yes, we've been doing a lot of teaching here. We taught the apron yesterday.
Okay.
And I had to stay, I felt like I was losing the room a little bit, and I had to kind of stop and are we okay as far as it? And everyone's like, yep, we're good. We're making everyone experts on the apron.
Okay, you're teeing me up perfectly here because we were talking about this on our production call when we knew you were coming on. And you can try to do this in as much of a layman's terms as you can. Phoenix.
Yes.
Okay, so they waived Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal signs to the Clippers. We can talk about that part in a second. But how does that affect Phoenix's finances now?
Oh, man, they got out of financial purgatory, which they've been in the last couple of years. Here's a team that saved $200 million by waiving Bradley Beal and stretching his money over 5 years. They are no longer in a luxury tax. They are no longer in either first or second apron. They now have all these tools that they never had the last 2 years, the ability to take back more money in a trade, the ability to aggregate contracts, send out cash as part of a trade. Their 2032nd pick is still frozen because they were over the apron last year. But it just gives them so many resources as far as what they're able to do. But you have a $19 million cap hit for the next 5 years, and that's the cost of doing business. But I understand where they were. They basically have pivoted off that, the Beal and Durant, and certainly Devin Booker still with this team.
Well, they're going to build around Devin Booker, who recently signed a 2-year, $145 million extension. So,
it's funny. We did a side-by-side of where the salary cap was at in 2017 and where it is right now. The salary cap in 2017 was $99 million. Devin Booker's last year in that extension, $75 million.
Yeah, wow, that is wild. Now, I'll ask you this. Let's talk about the Clippers side of this. So they acquire Bradley Beal. They trade Norman Powell. So it felt like they kind of knew they had a good shot at getting him. How do you view the Clippers now? They were a 50-win team last year. You can argue that if it weren't for a miracle shot by Aaron Gordon, they may go much deeper in the playoffs.
Well, I agree, and they needed some bench scoring as far as with Beal, and they'll probably start him next to James Harden here, but it's certainly a veteran that can come in and make shots for you. And Brook Lopez, right?
Yeah.
They got a lot of different interchangeable players.
No, you're not leaving us. We got more to talk about. We'll be back.
We'll stick around
Bobby
with
Marks.
Professor Marks here from Vegas.
always throw out these just crazy trades. And Bobby's looking at me, shaking his head, saying, and he's
like
a great friend because he doesn't say on air, that won't work.
You're like the human trade machine.
That's me.
Yes. I got to do NBA Today with Perk all the time. So I'm used to it.
So, but with that, you know, one of the things that they're teaching in class and one of the projects and experiences that you have is trade deadline is Friday.
Yeah.
And so there are 20 different teams within class. And so each of those teams has to do something at the trade deadline, correct?
Yeah, so we break up the salary cap and scouting video analytics teams group into 20 different teams as they do a mock trade deadline on Friday morning from 8:30 to noon. Then they present on Saturday in front of the judges. The media broadcast major that is here, there's about 25 people. They are actually the people, they're Malik Andrews, and they are you who are interviewing the people during this year.
All right.
And then we have our, certainly
Who's
our
playing
shot.
me?
We've got our shot. Well, we needed 4 people, because you do such a great job. But then we have our Sham Sharania, who's not the actual person, but someone who's breaking news. And then we have our athlete representation group here. So it's definitely, everyone gets a part of the trade deadline here, and it's one of the great experiences. We went through it last year. It's really a really neat process.
I need to take this class next year. That's it.
You
I'm
can
in.
come down. You get free admission.
Yeah.
Come on down.
Yeah. I mean, if Corey's there, I got to be there.
I mean, yeah, I'll be there tomorrow morning.
I mean, we're
welcome to come sit in.
We're connected at the hip the next couple days. So 3 ball there by Amos. Amos with the shot there. He's got 10 points.
Bobby, George and I were talking about just what Summer League is and what it's become. Of course, Warren LeGarry has done a tremendous job in building this over the past 20 years. But from your standpoint, and again, we all know what happens at the G League Winners Showcase and at All-Star Weekend, even the Combine, where there's so many conversations and deals being done, et cetera. But what is the environment really like here at Summer League, especially when you think about all the executives that are in the building?
Yeah, I mean, it really lays the foundation as far as certainly some trade dialogue that gets going here. There's still a bunch of free agents still out there, too. I mean, and you're kind of meeting with their agents there, and we've got this restricted group with Jonathan Kuminga and Quentin Grimes and Cam Thomas, and, it's a unique Josh Giddey's the other 4th player, as far as are they going back to their own team? Is there a sign and trade here? But it's like it's the winter meetings of the NBA as far as you get everybody under one roof. And you're right, Summer League has. I remember in '97, I think it was at UMass Boston in a small little gym, and then you go in Orlando and it's in a closed environment.
Yeah.
We even got to the point where when Warren started doing Summer League in Vegas, it was small.
Yeah.
And players started leaving our team in the middle of Orlando, and we had to actually borrow other players from other. We had about 3 players from the
because they were
split and they were going to different places here.
Also had Utah at the time with the Jazz having their Summer League.
That was way smaller, but Orlando and Vegas were the 2 that had the most teams.
Yeah, Orlando did not have fans. That was just closed for the exec
media. Right. Real quick before I let you go, we got under a minute. You and I talked about this on NBA Today this week, the LeBron situation.
Yes.
We went over potential scenarios if indeed he were to leave the Lakers. What do you have on that?
Well, he's the only player now with a true no-trade clause with Bradley Beal now bought out of his contract. Here, listen, at the end of the day, LeBron will dictate as far as where he wants to go. Certainly, if he wants to be traded, he will have his pick of teams. It's just so hard to break up, to trade 3 or 4 players to go out and get him for 1 year.
And I'm not breaking news. Ron ain't going anywhere. He loves LA.
Hey, I need a quiet August.
All right, Professor Marks, thanks for stopping by. There he is, Bobby Marks, ESPN NBA front office insider. We got a 4-point game, 44 seconds to go in the half. In a moment.
Elevate your game.
destination spot in the summer. If you're a basketball fan, this is the absolute place to be in July.
No doubt about it. Warren, Legary, and Albert Hall do a fantastic job. All right, we got 35 seconds here and a whistle. As it looks like Amos might have been the person who was called there. I want to double check. Yes. And he's having a word with the official. So Johnson will go to the free throw line, trying to cut into the 4-point lead for the Jazz.
A.J. Johnson tried to sneak a couple free throws out of that one.
So Asmus still chatting with some folks about that foul. First one goes for Gilbert. Short on that one. Tap out, though. Back to the Wizards. Oh, what a move there. What a rejection by the Jazz. Gainey and a foul. They had a foul to give.
Great job by Gainey coming over, denying that opportunity at the rim. As Gilbert tries to challenge him.
And we have a timeout on the floor. So we'll step aside for a moment and get to the conclusion in just a moment.
Where some saw a pickle, we saw a masterpiece.
OKC still undefeated, leading by 3 in the third, Corey. Make that now, they're tied.
They're tied up now, but with New Orleans, yesterday actually had 2 players ejected from the game. Jeremiah Fears, their number 7 pick, as well as A.J. Hogard. Sidi Sissoko also ejected, so hopefully my guy Jeremiah Fears is staying on the floor here throughout this game.
New Orleans, right, yeah. So here's our standings, as you see there. 8 undefeated teams. And the Thunder, one of those at the moment in action down the hall from us.
I would like to know, have we ever been to a point to where teams have played 3 games and we still have 8 undefeated teams?
That would be a question for Dave Freed.
Well, I was actually throwing that to him, but, you know, hopefully he was listening. He doesn't like to listen to me often when we're on air.
3-second differential game clock, shot clock. Collier, shaking and baking, gets into the paint, throws one up, gets fouled as he gets grabbed by Watkins.
And I love how Collier stayed poised, knowing that the shot clock was running down, but knew he still had more time to be able to find his way to the rim, is able to get to the bucket and find his way to the free throw.
We just got hugged there by Ray Acosta, official, wearing a beautiful lime green jacket. Very few men can pull that off, man. I'm jealous. I got to get me one of those for the season.
You're from Miami. You
yeah, well, he is too. He's from South. He's
there you go.
West Palm. We don't, you know, it's not the same.
I mean, okay. Yeah. That, I mean, I can't get involved in that.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up in sunny South Florida.
It's not the same. It's close. It's not the same. It ain't the 305.
It ain't the 305, I'm sure.
Yeah. It's the 561. It's a little different.
But still, a climate to where you can wear.
Oh, no doubt. Lime green.
And I'm colorblind,
linen jacket.
So
yeah.
It all looks gray to me.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I'll tell you, it is lime green. All right, 4-point ball game, 5.6 seconds to go. Free throw, no good. And a timeout Washington. So they're going to set up one more play, Corey. So here's what we've got. A.J. Johnson with 12 points leading the way. And there's our man with the green and a green shirt to match. My man, Ray Acosta, official in the NBA. He is rocking it. So 4-point game. What are we talking about here if you're the Wizards?
Well, opportunity for you to advance the basketball, run one of your ATOs from 28 feet away alongside on your side of the floor in the front court. But we've seen a lot of coaches really take advantage of these times, and many new coaches getting their opportunities to truly run their ATOs, especially in, you know, what we like to call, you know, special team situations. 5.2 seconds remaining, something that you may need to use, but also something that your coaches, or Will Hardy, can look at later and say, oh, I like the way we did that. You know, so again, opportunities for these guys to be able to benefit their coaching status here in Summer League.
Isaiah Collier, 9 points today, a couple of assists, really wreaking havoc defensively. He's done it all today.
I think that's really been the biggest issue, is what he's done on the defensive end of the floor, getting his hands in the passing lane, being a pest. Of course, the game has changed to where now pretty much all teams, especially younger teams, are playing 94 feet. Isaiah Collier can absolutely be a point of attack defender, and he has shown that here this evening.
And he is a brick house. He is hard to move, man. So he'll take and absorb contact. He can dish it out too.
Yes, he can. 29th pick. Great pick, by the way.
USC Trojan.
A number that's familiar to me.
Yeah. So we've got 5.2 seconds to go here. Wizards to inbound. It'll be Kadari Richmond getting some dap from one of the Jacks players before he inbounded.
Interesting that they didn't advance. I didn't think he moved after the rebound.
So here he is, Richmond. Jones, he's going to fire. Heaves it. Oh, off the front rim. So that'll do it for the first half. The Jazz will go into the locker room leading 42-38 against the Wizards.